Hello, everyone. My name is Luke LeCavalier. I'm a psychologist at the Nisonger Center. For those of you who don't know me, I'm also a member of the Study 1 team at the RRTC. I'm taking this moment as an opportunity to discuss the work that the team's been up to in the last 12 months. And before I do a quick recap of year 3, just wanted to have a quick refresher on the goals of Study 1. So if you remember, the goals were to adapt and pilot 3 existing instruments. One was a DIAD, the Diagnostic Interview for Adolescents and Adults with Intellectual Disabilities, a structured interview that assesses DSM-defined disorders. And the 2 other instruments were self-report measures, a measure of health and a function-neutral health-related quality of life instrument. These 2 self-report measures, by the way, have 31 questions when you combine them, a total of 31 questions. So we're doing this because it's not only important to increase the use of self-report measures with key constructs in people with IDD, but it's also pivotal. It's foundational to the prevalence study, Study 2. So the goal was to do this on the Atlas software platform and also to make it possible to use the REDCap mobile feature to capture the data. So of course, we wanted to adapt these instruments and then pilot them. I shared a slide of the people who were involved in Study 1 last year, and it really is the same group of people that have continuously worked on this effort even in year 3. I hope I have all the people here. They're listed alphabetically. So one way that we could summarize the activities of year 3 is by instruments. So I would say that most of the effort this year was spent working on the DIAD. There were big endeavors that took a lot of time and effort, and a lot of this work was done by Jill Holloway and Kristen Page. At first, the DIAD was meant to be a paper copy interview. So the data management team, along with the content experts, had to work hard at making the new interview more efficient and as accurate as possible with the piping of the items. And related to this, and fundamental to Study 2, was developing the dashboard algorithms in REDCap. And this would be key, obviously, in knowing if someone meets the diagnostic criteria for a disorder or not. Along with all these modifications, we prepared trainings for the interviewers. So trainings went beyond the didactic webinar that describes the DIAD, but it included topics like how to manage suicide ideation or an escalation in behavior during the interviews. So in addition to the webinars, gold standard videos were developed to train interviewers across the sites. This slide here really summarizes the work that was done, all the effort that was put into the Funkel and the Promise, the 2 self-report instruments. This paper was submitted for a special issue in Research and Developmental Disabilities last week, and Katie Walton took the lead on this effort. The paper summarizes well the process of adapting the instruments, involving the REAP, the DEEP, the cognitive interviewing, as well as data management and analysis. So let's hope for the best for this paper here. Study 1 was more heavily loaded at the beginning of the larger RRTC project. I would say that the majority of the activities are behind us at this point. However, there are a number of activities that lay ahead, including the writing of a couple of papers, some of which I listed on this slide, as well as exploring ways to improve the cognitive accessibility of the measures that we adapted and are using currently. And there you have it. That is a summary of year 3 for Study 1.